Hello, I'm JC and welcome to the Arsenal box. Yes, I've got a huge smile on my face and that's because Arsenal have just beaten Spurs in the North London derby. London is red. Has it ever been anything else? Anyway, today's episode of the Arsenal box will be breaking it all down. I've got match stats, player stats, heat maps. I've got it all covered for you. And if you do go on to enjoy today's video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Let's waste no more time at all and jump straight into things. As we always do on the Arsenal box, we kick off with the starting 11 and the formation. Did Arteta get it right? Yes, he did. He's looking more and more like an Arteta side, the one that he's wanted to build from the very beginning. Very balanced, a fully fit squad. He had every player to pick from. And all of the boys today put in a phenomenal performance against a team that you just have to beat if you support Arsenal. Aaron Ramsdale made some very important saves. There was one in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the game. It was a shot from Mora that he tipped onto the bar. Had that have gone in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the game would have been very different. Tomiyasu, another top performance. I asked last week in my previous match report, how would he fare against better opposition? He's answered that question. Kieran Tierney, an average game for him, but the beauty of his average performance is that it's starting to show that we don't have an over-reliance on him anymore, which is a good thing. Gabriel and White, another top performance, and again, a new partnership being tested against some top players in Son and Kane. Granit Xhaka had a very good game as well. A lot of question marks as to whether he should have even started the game. Unfortunately, he did go off injured. It looked like a bit of a nasty one, but he put in a very good performance. I think he wanted to after feeling like he let the team down against City. Thomas Partey, just wow. You can see why we bought him. He missed large parts of last season. What a shame, because I'm telling you now, he will be the difference between Arsenal making the top 6 this season. Martin Odegaard and Aubameyang, they just didn't stop running today, or at least it didn't feel like they stopped running. I'd love to see some of their numbers around yards covered, and Aubameyang topped it off with a great goal and an Henry-esque celebration to top things off. And Emile Smith-Rowe, Bukayo Saka, two of our own. I won't go into it too much because I'll be covering those guys in a little bit more detail in a later part of this video, but Arteta got it 100% right. And if we can keep this team together and fit for the majority of this season, I'd be really interested to see how far we can go. And top 6 needs to be an absolute bare minimum now after that performance today. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. The first 2 of 4 players that we'll be breaking down in today's video. And of course, where else was I going to start other than Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka? They were absolutely phenomenal today, and it's all that much sweeter. They are 2 of our own from the Hale End Academy. Kicking off with Smith-Rowe, then we can see here his heat map very much situated to the left hand side, a lot of deep red in the opposition's half. He was playing not necessarily as your sort of conventional winger as such, but very much out wide, cutting inside when he needed to. And there were a couple of occasions where we hit them on the counter-attack, especially for his assist, where it really worked. And if we go through some of his numbers today, 1 goal, 1 assist, 35 touches, 88% passing accuracy, and 2 key passes. Those stats there that I've just mentioned, unbelievable. And he didn't play the full 90 minutes either. There are some other stats there for you to look at. Feel free to take a look at them in your own time. Saka, another one, top performance. He looks like he just did not stop running up and down that right flank. And when he done the little overstep there to do Reguilon for that first assist, with Smith-Rowe making a late run just on the edge of that 6-yard box. Top performance, considering he's only 20 years old. The intelligence is unbelievable, and phenomenal stats again. 1 goal, 1 assist, 83% passing accuracy, and 3 key passes. These 2 lads are the 2 that we should be building the team around. And for me today, it's no question, Emile Smith-Rowe, man of the match, hands down. Let me know in the comments below, do you agree? And what do you like most about this information. Final two players to break down then, and Tomiyasu seems to be one that features in every Arsenal box match report at the moment, slowly becoming a little bit of a fan favourite. Tommy, he's now known as, and another top performance, and we can see here immediately we're diving into things with his heat map. Loads of deep red in the defensive half, which is something that I really love. I bang on about it every single time we talk about Tommy, because in seasons past, players like Bellerin, to name one of many, have often been caught out, leaving huge gaps behind him where Arsenal have been exposed, and I just get the feeling that doesn't happen anymore. A solid right back, and going forward again, the support he offers and did offer Saka today was just top class, an all-round top performance from Tomiyasu, and another one where we asked the question, is he going to do it against top opposition, against top players like Son, for example, against Kane? Yes, the answer is yes. He needs to do it obviously on a more consistent basis. Only time will tell, but at the moment I am very happy with this purchase. 3 clearances, 1 interception, 1 tackle. He won only 1 of 3 ground duels today, 4 of 5 aerial duels, which is absolutely top notch, and his passing accuracy at 80%. It's a top overall performance over 90 minutes, and I think we're yet to see the best of him. Ben White is another one I wanted to kind of talk about today. Now, he had probably a fairly similar performance to Gabriel. Gabriel, I think, made a few more blocks and clearances than Ben White. But the reason I wanted to talk about him is if we have a look at his heat map, very comfortable at carrying the ball, bringing it out from the back. But even more impressively, you can see why we bought him. 95% success rate with his passes. Phenomenal. 2 very good ball-playing centre-backs. And to think that he's only played a couple of games in an Arsenal shirt, it's something to really look forward to. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about these 2 performances. Of course, match stats. We always include them, whether you like it or not. Not everyone's cup of tea. It is what it is. However, if you didn't watch today's game and you read these stats, you would have thought it was a very equal game and Arsenal may have taken their chances whilst they had them, and it certainly wasn't the case. The first half, we obviously completely blew Spurs away. However, in the second half, yes, they kind of grew into the game a little bit. They had their chances, but as I said, if you read these stats for what they are, you would have thought that it was a much closer, equal battled game. Definitely wasn't the case. We're not going to go through all of these today because I don't feel as though it really kind of tells a story of what really unfolded in this particular fixture. Very equal in possession. I think the stats were way more in favour for Arsenal in the first half. Other things though that we can take from this is we had 12 shots, 7 on target, which is obviously good. Finishing our chances as well. There were previous stats that we looked at from previous match reports where we were having significantly more shots, even more on target, but not scoring as many goals as we should have been. So conversion today was very good. Created some good big chances as well. Good passing accuracy at 82%. Other areas that could probably be a little bit better. Our crossing was below par, dribbles as well, but maybe it was the occasion and the emotion that kind of got the better of some of the players today. Nevertheless, we got the win convincingly, may I add. Like we do in every Arsenal box match report, we are going to break down the general positioning of each player in their respected formations, as well as the team heat maps as well. And if we have a look at both of these right now, to be fair, they're both very well covered in terms of the pitch. Now, it does look like Spurs tried to target their left-hand side, so effectively Tomiyasu, maybe they thought that he hasn't adapted to the Premier League as quickly as others potentially. That obviously didn't work. Tomiyasu had a solid performance, but generally speaking for both Arsenal and Spurs today, the ground covered was very equal across the entirety of the pitch. You can see there that Arsenal probably played around with the ball at the back, just, you know, waiting for their opportunities. It did feel like there were occasions where we hit them on the counter-attack and done very well. And if we have a look at the average positioning of the Arsenal side here, one thing that I really do like, especially with the back four, is that Kieran Tierney isn't as far advanced as he normally is. And I think Arsenal as a team are starting to learn that shape is very, very important. We look at Thomas Partey and Xhaka, very, very disciplined at playing that deep pivot, that defensive pivot, allowing the likes of Martin Odegaard, Saka, Aubameyang, and even Smith Rowe to really push forward, not necessarily have free roles within the sides, but more a case of the defenders are giving them the opportunities to go and play to their strengths, knowing confidently that they can go out there and try and create chances. And the strikers and the attacking players can have the confidence knowing that if they lose the ball in the final third, that shape is there to win the ball back and not be exposed. Spurs, on the other hand, if we look at it here, I think I'm a little bit surprised actually, because I thought that they might be a little bit more pushed back in their own half, if I'm honest with you. But that's not obviously the case. Their fullbacks have got really, really high. And I think that might have been opportunities for Arsenal. Smith Rowe setting up Aubameyang's goal, and even Saka to some extent when setting up Smith Rowe, is we got down out wide and exposed them where we needed to expose them and get the goals that we ended up scoring. So let me know your thoughts, your analysis of these positional heat maps, and whether or not it's something that we can read into from a positive point of view, especially because I think that it's a very, very balanced Arsenal side that we can look forward to moving forwards. As you can imagine, Arteta was in high spirits after beating our close rivals for his post-match media duties, always living in our shadow, of course. And one of the things I really, really did like is that he essentially said that he feels like this is more of a Arsenal team that he has built. And what he meant by that is it's very, very relatable, and he's proud of the way that we played. Obviously, this is something that he's been working on for a very, very long time, and it's nice to finally see it all coming together. Another one that I did like was around Emile Smith Rowe. He's got 2 goals in 2 games, and there has been a couple of occasions this season, whilst it hasn't been going on for too long, he's missed out and hasn't started, or he's been limited to only very, very little minutes. He's showing his importance, he's showing that he can come into the side and have an impact. And finally, a message to the fans: enjoy tonight, and damn are we gonna enjoy tonight. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below around some of these quotes. Plenty more for you to take a look at on the Arsenal website, of course. But before we wrap things up, as we always do on the Arsenal box, a few words from some good friends and fellow Arsenal fans, Judge and Neil. And if you do want to get involved in the future, reach out to me on Twitter.
3-1 to the Arsenal, and my God, I cannot possibly be any more proud of the squad today. And it wasn't just about the tactics. Arteta got this right, the right formation, the right players. What I'm really proud of is just the absolute passion and the ferocity with which our squad played today. It was magnificent. I really, really hope that we can see this style of play continuing on into the rest of the Premier League season, because we're really going to need it. And I still believe that we can have a successful season if we continue to play the way that we did today. It was absolutely gorgeous. And one more question to my Gunners out there. What do we think of Tottenham? Y'all know what it is.
Hey JC, thanks again for the opportunity. A massive win for the Arsenal. 100% Arsenal. That was an Arsenal performance. 100% Arsenal performance. It took me back to the time when we used to be smashing teams and playing fluid football, and to see, ESR score, to see Saka score, to see Aubameyang score, and see how much it meant, and for the whole team. I can't say. I mean, this is probably out of 10. I would say I would give it a score of maybe a high 8 point something, 8.5, because it was just fluid football. We have some areas that need work. I think in the last 30 minutes of the game, we kind of fall short. We kind of show how tired we were, because that first half was just pace. But what can I say, man? 3-1, great win. We keep pressing on, and I hope we can build on this win. That's what's most important, that we build on this win. Peace.
Some very happy Arsenal fans, and what do you expect? So we are the winners of the North London derby. London is red, And before I forget, a shout out to a good friend, Kato, from Twitter, who correctly predicted not only the scoreline of 3-1, but he also predicted a goal and an assist for Emil Smith Rowe. So a big well done to you. Feel free to get involved in my matchday predictions over on Twitter, normally a few hours before every kickoff. But that's going to pretty much wrap everything up today on the Arsenal box. I really do hope you have enjoyed. And if you have, drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. And we're on to the next one, Gooners. Enjoy this victory. But for now, I'm JC, and I'll catch you in the next one.